Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to BCM. This is Michael and it's been a while, but I'm back. Coming your way this 23rd of March 2022 is a little cross-Tasman rivalry of sorts. For the uninitiated, this is an ongoing competitive sporting rivalry between the nations of Australia and New Zealand, two nations divided by a stretch of sea known as the Tasman Sea. Anyway, fairly newcomer to professional boxing, the Aussie Barry Hall takes on Kiwi Sonny Bill Williams in 8 rounds of heavyweight boxing in Sydney, New South Wales. Williams, who was half Samoan, was born and raised in New Zealand but resides in New South Wales, so maybe I'm a little bit off the mark here. Maybe it's more like a local derby as opposed to a cross-Tasman fight then, I guess. I don't know. I'll tell you what.
I just go fuck myself.
Sorry, what?
Both fighters have had successful careers in their respective football codes, and retired Big Bad Barry Hall comes from the AFL family, but he has always been associated with boxing, even throughout his Aussie rules career, so the transition to professional boxing was not so alien to him. His debut fight was against the ex-rugby playing and controversial Paul Gallen, who at the time was 9-0 as a professional boxer. Their fight resulted in a draw, but many had Barry Hall ahead on points and felt he deserved the decision. Not a bad maiden pro fight for Hall nevertheless, when you consider Gallen went in with more pro fight experience, and after their fight, Gallen went on to convincingly defeat Mark Hunt and Lucas Big Daddy Brown, even if both fighters are past their prime. Hall boxed as an amateur in his younger years and at just 15 years of age won the Victorian Junior Bantamweight title. It was around this time that he transitioned from boxing to football and attributes his decision partly due to wanting to party with friends and move away from the sacrifices and demanding discipline of boxing, and partly due to the Hagler and Leonard fight where Hagler controversially lost to Leonard on points. After watching the fight and decision, Hall stated he didn't want to train so hard and then be ripped off, and as a result, stepped away from the ring. Hall continued boxing for fitness, however, and now at 45 years of age, genetically and physically, he looks intimidating and hungry. Technically, Hall is good footwork and head movement. He picks his shots well and delivers with both accuracy and power. He also has a good chin, defensive instincts and stamina, and should make it through the 8 rounds fairly well if the fight doesn't end early. He'll have the height and looks like reach advantage also, so if Hall can concentrate on boxing technicals, he should make good use of any advantages over Williams. Sonny Bill Williams is almost a full decade younger than Hall, and when he is not clocking up points in the Mile High Club or out supporting his friend Joseph Parker at his fights, he is busy carving out a professional boxing career of his own. Coming into this bout with Hall, Williams will be 8 professional bouts deep, all victories with 3 by way of knockout. In terms of competition, he has done what he was expected to do against his competitors, and his biggest challenge thus far was easily Franz Botha in terms of career success and resume, I should add. The White Buffalo, who only won a globally recognized major belt once before having it stripped after failing a drug test, once upon a time fought the likes of Axel Schultz, Michael Moorer, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield and Vladimir Klitschko, amongst others, and although losing every one of these, if you include the victory and later no contest due to a failed drug test, he was at least a title contender a few times in his career. He was 44 at the time of fighting Williams for a vacant WBA belt and lost that bout by unanimous decision. Williams was 27 at the time. The former WBA heavyweight title holder, Williams, will rely on the advantageous attributes that he holds over Hall, things like speed and athleticism. As mentioned, he has youth on his side also. Williams carries decent power and moves well enough around the ring, both laterally and getting in and out of range to exchange, but his shot selection is not always on point and often throws punches when out of position. Williams also gets caught with shots easily and not always from boxers with fast hands. In terms of training and sparring, Williams is spoiled for choice with the likes of Joseph Parker, Tyson Fury and Andy Lee helping him to prepare. And all of the shortcomings Williams may have in the ring are surely being addressed now. So coming in underprepared for the fight with Hall is one excuse that can be binned automatically should things not go Williams' way. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to personally dress in drag and dance all flamboyantly in the streets of Chechnya, but I'm going with my fellow born and raised Aussie, Big Bad Barry. Both are strong and athletic, and I kind of see it as the younger bull taking on the older bull, but I personally think Hall has better boxing fundamentals. They both seem confident enough, but Barry Hall said something curious during an interview. He said Williams is looking for something that's not there by training with such elite boxers, and maybe the Williams team recognized that in terms of technical boxing. This is a vulnerability for them. I know Hall wants a knockout, but I see him getting the W on points. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder to please jab that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. Want some merch? We've got t-shirts to baseball caps to phone covers, from boxing to crypto and everything in between. So head on over to In Stock Shop to find something you like. You can find a link below. Life is a fight outside the ring, and I've certainly gone a few rounds. From substance abuse to depression to street fights and trouble with the law, my life has seen a lot of darkness, but I've turned my life around, and my experiences might help you to do the same if you are or have dealt with similar hardships. It's all documented in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps, and it's available on Amazon. Just find a link below.